Greetings. I'm here with Miss Annie Clark, aka St. Vincent. How are you, Annie?
I'm good. Is this microphone working?
We
okay,
good?
Good. It looked like it wasn't plugged in.
Good.
It's just a tin can with a string.
Check, check. 1, 2.
1, 2.
Right.
Okay.
So cheers. Thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me, you just got back from
We just flew in from Lisbon, Portugal.
Lisbon, Portugal, and it was amazing. Loved it there.
I think it's the best place on earth.
Yeah.
Second to Chicago. It's totally unbelievably gorgeous. Great food.
Have you always liked to travel?
I have. I love traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are some of your other favorite places to at least tour?
You know what? I got to go to China this year, and it was super fascinating. And it's like the wild, wild west in a lot of ways. I think for Western music,
okay,
you could go and probably be huge in China, and nobody anywhere else would know.
Right.
Would know you, but we played a couple of shows in like Shanghai and Beijing, and it was about half like expats, and then it was about half like adorable like Chinese girls with Karen O haircuts.
Right, exactly.
So it was very cool.
Awesome.
It was very cool.
Very cool. So I'm just kind of curious about your sort of trajectory. I want to talk about Berkeley. You attended
I did.
Briefly, or?
I did. I went to music school for about 2.5, 3 years, but I dropped out.
Okay. Did you study voice, or?
No, I studied guitar. I think jazz guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me how that transition worked. You basically formed a band right away, and then.
How did that work?
Were you playing coffee houses for a while, or?
Sure. Yeah, I played at Pizza Parlor at one point. I played pretty much any place that would have me.
Right.
Which admittedly there weren't many.
Yeah.
But let's see. I dropped out of school and then I moved to New York.
Okay.
And then I got very poor in New York. I moved back to Texas, and then I joined the Polyphonic Spree about 3 weeks after I moved back to Texas. So
okay.
Then I just started getting back on my feet again, and made the Marry Me record and started touring with Sufjan. And while I was touring with Sufjan Stevens, I got signed to Beggar's Banquet. So it was kind of all
just
a couple years there of growth.
Very cool. Tell me about the creative process behind Actor. When did you first start putting pen to paper? And...
Well, I wrote most of the record in GarageBand, which is like the very user-friendly consumer product that Apple has on like all of their laptops.
Okay.
And, so it's very cerebral. I actually didn't ever touch an instrument until I started to record the record.
Really?
Yeah, which is, I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
It was a slow process, but
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So tell me, obviously a very beautiful lady. Have you ever been, kind of molded in ways that you didn't like? Have they ever tried to, kind of play you up as a marquee idol in that sense?
Marquee idol? No, I don't. I don't think so. I'm an indie artist. And I work with a label that's never like, we like that picture, but you need to show a little more skin.
Right. That's good. Yeah.
Kind of not even part of the lexicon.
Which is great. Obviously music stands on its own, so you don't have to kind of deal with some of that crap.
It's murky water. It's all murky water.
Right. Exactly. Losing my notes here. So tell me, especially something for Pitchfork, being a female in the indie rock world. I don't know. Did you get a lot of kind of male things? Do you have to sort of fight for your space at all, or?
I get that question a lot, and I think it's one that sort of warrants a longer conversation.
I don't think there's much really heavy testosterone in this scene, but
well, I just personally no. My answer is sort of like I just kind of have been doing what I've been doing, and been lucky enough to have friends in other bands who I really like and admire, and it just feels like a very kind of, especially kind of what's happening in New York right now. It just seems like it's a very open and like inviting thing, and I don't feel like I have to be anything other than kind of what I am in order to fit in, I guess.
Right. Tell me, obviously you got some very creative and interesting music videos. Where did the ideas come for that? How much of a hand do you play in that?
Well, I didn't write any of the treatments. I mean, I worked with two really great directors who have they're called Terry Timely, and that's the name of their directing duo. And they wrote both of the treatments for Actor Out of Work and then also for Marrow.
Okay.
And I read the treatment for Actor Out of Work, and I first thought, like, oh dear, this is horrifying. And then I sort of thought about it a bit more, and I thought, God, this is disturbing, but it's disturbing in a really on a likable level.
Uh-huh.
And so we ended up doing that first video for Actor Out of Work, which of course I guess you probably have seen it. So it features people crying on command, and I'm sort of the casting director.
Right.
I'm not actually making people cry.
That's good.
I'm not making people cry.
You seem like such a nice person. I mean,
that's a lie, but no, but it's sort of like a meta thing. Like, we've got these actors who are auditioning, and the only way they're auditioning and crying for me.
Right.
I don't know. I guess it's dark.
Yeah.
But pretty fun
cool.
as well.
For your songwriting, do you get inspired by? When are you inspired to write? Is it the dark moments? Is it the happy moments? Is it taking a walk? How does it hit you?
I think just whenever any kind of idea comes, like be it lyrical or melodic, I just take note of it, and then a lot of times it's just a process of taking whatever happened in that like instantaneous, creative, excited moment of creativity, and then just refining that and kind of expounding on that, and then just collaging things together a lot.
Right.
I think a lot of stuff is, we'll call it pastiche.
Okay, cool. So that's about it for me. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thank you.
And one thing I'm curious about, what's a perfect day for you?
A perfect day for me. Okay, here's what I would do. I would wake up pretty early. I have an espresso maker, so I would make myself an espresso. And then I would go see a movie, like the early movies, preferably on a Sunday morning, because that's mostly old people are in there, and that's always like a funny New York kind of scene, because they like to kind of interact with the films a lot of times and kind of yell at them and stuff. So I would go watch an early movie with a lot of old people, and then the day would just progress from there.
Right on. Yeah. Cool, Amy. Thank you for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome.